This is the behind the scenes right here. This is what I deal with. 7 a.m. in the morning, getting ready for work. A light comes on. I'm still in bed.
The women came out from all the time.
Suffering. She's giving a speech today. She was in the paper this morning. We were at the Penguins game last night. She was on the news. Yes. Baby, are you excited?
Yes. So excited.
So bright outside. I have my f-stop so high. We're here. Apparently my lens is dirty as garbage.
What is? Oh, the stop.
It's the school of business, babe.
Yeah.
It's part of business.
Oh.
Yeah, and Scott was great. But he said, you guys are here. I'm technology.
Yeah, of course. You know,
Eventually.
And honor dearly the Speaker of the House, Speaker Joanna McClinton.
Thank you so very much. Like all of us in big cities, I was a little lost. I'm like, there's the business school, but I bet that door doesn't open. So appreciative to this amazing team for organizing this. If we could thank the organizers for the NAACP and all of the partners, thank you so much. And to my colleague, the great chairman from Northeastern Pennsylvania, Chairman Eddie Dafuq. Started earlier, but they stopped and had big pauses, but ours has been constant. But one thing that has occurred in the brief time that I've been there is you don't see the members holding each other in high regard. And we should hold each other in high regard. Even though our districts are distinct, even where I am in Delaware County in Philadelphia, you can't put me next to another rep and say, oh, your values are the same, or you vote the exact same way. But one of the goals that I have is to restore the respect to our institution when we're on the floor of the House. When I was a Senate staffer, I saw folks, give their disagreement, and then they go and sit in the dining hall and be side by side. They'd leave and go golf together, Republicans and Democrats. I joined them at the House in 2015, and it was similar. But now in 2023, the temperature's changed. So I hope that in addition to great policy wins, that people will also say, folks started to hold their head up a little higher and behave more professionally and treat each other with more respect. So hopefully, and I'll leave it up to you, daughter, to make sure that's in the books one day.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amber Viola. I'm commander of American Legion Post 274. The question that I have is, what advice could you offer women, especially women of color, when running for office? And secondly, what are some of the key lessons that you learned from your early races?
Thank you for your question. So, the chairman doesn't know this, but I'm gonna have to school him on one fact tonight. I see one of my mentors in the audience, Judge Tamika Lane. She's a fact witness. I was not enthusiastic about running for state representative. Now, we're not gonna call you up and swear you in, Your Honor. We're not gonna put you under the oath, but she is a fact witness that I was not as enthusiastic as I became. And, over time, I found out through organizations that exist, emerge, represent, PA, and others, that I wasn't the only one. Apparently, there's a statistic that says it takes 7 asks on average for a woman to want to run for office. I know my former colleague here, Representative Bobak, has told me about who recruited her, but I'll let that be a mystery novel for the next time I'm up here. eye emojis, and Chairman Plashinsky. But my senator encouraged me to run, and my response was no thanks, not interested. And it wasn't because as staff, I thought public office was a bad thing. No, I have high regard for my senator. As chief counsel in the office, I saw what's not on PCN, all the meetings, they're not on PCN, all the negotiations, they're not on Twitter, all the late night back and forth, trying to get things done for constituents, that is not on social media. And I was able to be a part of it as staff, and I thought I was privileged, you know? I wasn't in the front seat, but I was in the back seat with my seatbelt on and a big legal pad. I said, I'm doing all the good work here. Why would I, inconvenience my life and run for office when, I'm doing good work as staff. So especially for the students here, I just want you to know there's great work that only happens with tremendous staff. So if you have a personality like mine and you're not looking for the spotlight, but somehow it finds you, there is great work to be done in your local legislative offices. In Harrisburg, we need tremendous staff in order to accomplish these goals. But in terms of getting to the ultimate question, Amber, the advice I have is to really recognize what your why is, because even though other people are saying you'd be great, you need to tell yourself that. And if you don't tell yourself that, then you should not run, because you don't want to be a candidate barely asking people for votes. You have to be strong and you have to be confident. And I'm able to say, although I was not initially interested and there was a special election coming rather quickly, I thought about the work I had done as a public defender. I thought about how much I learned how to advocate for people in court. I thought about how much in my personal life as a youth minister at my church, I have been organizing, planning events, picking up everybody's kids, making sure they got to where they needed to go, making sure they had opportunities to learn and grow. And after a while, I said, well, what's wrong with me that I don't want to do this job? I've been working in Harrisburg. I know the directions. I can get off at the right exit. What's the challenge? Like, what is it that's the challenge? And I found, for me at least, it was fear. It was fear. Fear of being embarrassed for losing the race, or fear of being embarrassed, I'm going to lose in the next race. I started a special election, but in 2016 I get kicked out. I said, well, with all I can do is 9 months, I'm going to go for it. If I have a special in August and it's successful, but I lose in the primary, well, I'm going to do everything I can for my community in the short abbreviated time. I want to say that I did not regret the time. So ask yourself what your why is and make sure that you don't have any regrets, leaving opportunities on the table just because it wasn't something you had originally envisioned yourself doing.
I'd say it was a successful event. Very successful. We're gonna leave now. I just want to say, I thought there was name recognition with traveling with rappers. Travel with a political figure. Way more stoppage.
Isn't this kind of cool right here? This little NASDAQ thing?
Being in the business call, wow, it switches as you're about to go take the picture. It's a pleasure being in the business school, baby. How do you think that went?
I think it went really good.
I enjoyed it.
10/10 would recommend.
Questions were superb. The answers were even more. It's not gonna switch. Up there it is. Yeah, they got the cross rates and indices and economic data and percentage gainers and all this other stuff going on that I understand, but I don't fully understand because I've been out of the spoke for a minute. Always be a gentleman. Always.